Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I got a few minutes of Trump here speaking, talking about what's going on in Washington, D.C., about how the Democrats are trying to claim Washington, D.C. Needs its statehood, and this ain't going to work. Washington, D.C. is a district, and it is going to be run by the federal government per the mandate from the get-go. That's what the statutes say. I've listened to two or three law professors, including Jonathan Turley, speak about this, and this is going to be a done deal. Trump has got the power to set the ball into motion when it comes to cleaning up Washington, D.C. Now, I don't know what the jurisdiction is in other cities, how that works, but for Washington, D.C., he can definitely bring in the National Guard and whatever else resources he needs to take care of the business. And they are doing it. They have apprehended several weapons, several suspects. Matter of fact, I was looking at footage earlier today of the DEA, ICE, and local police, all three on the same street, working together. And then there's some other officers there that I assume were maybe backup, and the National Guard. So we've got 3, 4, 5 different departments running street sweeps in Washington, D.C., cleaning up the mess, and that's the way they're going to have to do it. And if it works like it's supposed to, I bet a lot of cities are going to say, dang, why can't they do that in our backyard? We've got criminals for neighbors. But at any rate, we're going to see how this grand experiment works out. Shouldn't take too long. It's only 700,000 people in that district. And we got a few more things to say about that before we get done here today. But let's go ahead and jump into Trump discussing what the Democrats want to do.
Mary Margaret with Daily Wire. Two questions on DC, if that's okay. How do you feel about Mayor Bowser's level of cooperation and her choosing to advocate for DC statehood right now? And
well, the statehood, let me do that one. Okay. Statehood is ridiculous. We want to straighten the place out. Statehood's ridiculous. It's unacceptable. It's the Democrats want it because the Democrats have, about 95% in this little area. Even I didn't get it very much. They want that. They want to pick up 2 senators, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And that's the least of the reasons why, by the way, but that's one of the reasons why. What we want to do is make Washington, D.C. the greatest, most beautiful, safest capital anywhere in the world, and that's going to happen. I mentioned the word bones before. The bones here, the bones, we have the greatest bones. When you look at that Supreme Court building, I think it's one of the most beautiful buildings. When you look at some of the buildings here, it's so magnificent, and everything's good, but it's just dirty and not properly maintained. It's not taken care of. Potholes in the roads. All of it's going to happen very quickly. We're going to seek a relatively small amount of money for fix-up, and we're going to put it out to bid. We have great contractors here, great road builders, everything, and we're not ripping roads apart so they're closed for 4 years as they redo the concrete bases, and you don't need that. We need a beautiful topping by a very talented asphalt-type person, somebody that does the job. We go out, when I get contractors, I use great contractors. To me, a great contractor is very special, like a great surgeon, like a great teacher, like a great nurse. A great contractor is very important. We'll only use the best. And when you put a coat of asphalt on that, 2 inches of asphalt, 3 inches of asphalt, it looks brand new. You take all the garbage off. They reseed it, as we call it, or different names, but they take the bad stuff off and they put the good stuff down. It takes not a long period of time. A matter of a few days, you'll have a beautiful, magnificent road. You fix up the curbs. You get rid of the medians in this town are just horrible. You're riding around. I think to myself, leaders come from foreign countries. You see, with leaders all the time. Different leaders. They came in from India recently and from everywhere. They came in from a war that we just ended, Azerbaijan, and you know that, and Armenia. We just ended the war. The 2 leaders came in. One of them said, "My country looks better. The roads are better than." We were talking about it. I said, "What do you think?" He said, "Well, the roads are better in Armenia than they are in Washington, D.C. It's embarrassing." And I was asked at the last press conference, they said to me, "How important is it? You're doing world peace. We're going on Friday to Alaska, meeting with President Putin, Russia. How important it is that the capital is important. I said, very, very important. I told my father, said to me, when you see a restaurant and you want to go and you want to have dinner, and then you go up to the front door and it's dirty, turn around and go back because the kitchen's dirty. It's the same thing with the capital of the United States of America. If it's dirty and unsafe, it sets a bad tone for the rest of the world. So we're not going to do that. We're going to have this capital fixed up, safe, clean, and beautiful in a very short period of time. Go ahead.
I'm glad that Trump is finally doing something that needs to be done.
Mary Margaret with you.
Not to say he doesn't do a lot of great things, but this is something that he can actually do, and the entire country see it in real time. If this takes 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and Washington, D.C. is a transformed place, doesn't look the same, doesn't smell the same, doesn't have the same criminal element, poking their heads up, acting a fool, and the streets are safer, it'll be a model city for the rest of these blue cities that, maybe not the politicians of the cities, but the people of the cities probably would love to have. They would love to have a crime-free zone, a drug-free zone, areas where the trash needed to be taken out, that never gets taken out, that get ignored, that have the potholes, that's in their neighborhoods, that makes it hard for them to get to work because the transit's crappy, and it's dangerous because of the criminals. People don't like living like that, and that's just the facts. People would love to have a better option, and this Washington, D.C. Cleanup is going to do just that. It's going to show people what Trump could do with the rest of the country if you just give him the chance to put our people in, have the ICE agents there to deport, have the DEA there to deal with the junkies and everybody that is the street people that are probably need some treatment. Maybe some of them need some incarceration, but definitely running IDs on everybody, not a bad thing. While you're out there and running into people on the streets, because at this point, we're trying to figure out who belongs in this country and who doesn't. Now, some people would say that it's kind of an Orwellian thing to do, is check IDs. But at this point in time, the only way they're going to be able to clean up Washington, D.C. or any city is to go block by block, street by street, and just get rid of the crime. Lock up the criminals. There's people that are running over each other on scooters and doing these drive-by shootings. That stuff can be stopped if the people of the community want it and it's facilitated in the proper way. And I believe Trump has the proper way with National Guard there, several agencies there, ICE with DEA, with local cops. It's a glorious thing to see. I'm just glad to see it's finally happening. Now, if we could get this to catch on in every city, this is going to do nothing but make the Democrats look worse, because they have allowed this. They've allowed this to go on like this.
Swarm of law enforcement, including the feds in Northwest D.C. tonight, amid President Trump's takeover of the district. This is in the Columbia Heights neighborhood around 14th Street and Perry Place Northwest. Both Homeland Security and Border Patrol were spotted on this scene. We're working to confirm what they were responding to and how many arrests were made, as you see that very large police presence and federal law enforcement presence. We see all of their vehicles lined up there. A major show of force there in the D.C. streets in Columbia Heights. Again, you see several people being arrested on the curb there. We are working to find out more information, and as soon as we get it, we'll let you know. And right now, the first day of National Guard.
Yes, folks, it's happening. The National Guard's in there. They're cleaning it up. I heard as of yesterday they had apprehended 7 illegal weapons out of people's possession that they had run into. I think they had 24 arrests as of yesterday. I haven't looked at today's totals yet, but it's happening. They're doing a sweep, and they got ICE there with them because, they're going to need it. Now, this was breaking news today. Now, we all know what's going on with the Brennan, Clapper, Obama, Russia collusion hoax, conspiracy coup, whatever you want to call it. They literally did their best to destroy this country inside and out, involving lying on the president in every way possible. They literally tried to take him out of his seat and to nullify his power from the get-go. And we got the proof now. It says newly declassified top secret emails sent on December 22nd, 2016. This is Tulsi Gabbard's tweet. Complying with President Obama's order to create and manufacture the January 2017 ICA about Russia exposed how DNI James Clapper, this is the intelligence community, the ICA is the intelligence community, about Russia expose how DNI James Clapper demanded the IC intelligence community fall in line behind the Russia hoax. And they said, fall in line. Work as a team. Clapper admitted that it was just a team sport that required compromise on our normal modalities. Basically, he's saying we're going to change the rules because we hate Trump. Says, and here's the whole thing as reads as follows. If y'all want to come over here and read this thing blowed up, you can get on your little laptop or phone, come over to my channel or to Tulsi Gabbard's channel over here on X and read the entire thing yourself. My eyes are not that good, even with it blowed up. But that's good news, folks, that we're getting a little more information. I believe these folks are going to jail. I believe Clapper, Brennan, everybody's talking about putting them in jail. The evidence is mounting. It's all coming to a head. Everybody, including Trump, wants to see justice. The American people demand justice this time. Now, I don't know how many are going to go to jail, but at this point, it looks like dozens will be indictable. And it looks like about maybe 24, I believe, will get an indictment this year. But as far as when they'll get prosecuted, that'll probably be 2026 before we start seeing people actually go to jail for the crimes they committed. 2025, the year of exposure. 2026, it's payback time. Payback time. So yeah, it said this. Let me read you this other tweet. Another tweet Tulsi had put out. It says these documents detail a treasonous conspiracy by officials at the highest levels of Obama White House to subvert the will of the American people and try to usurp the president from fulfilling his mandate. That is treason right there. Cold and simple. I think they're going to literally put a bunch of these people in jail, especially over this Russia collusion hoax. And at that point, we'll probably get some of them to start squealing about the 2020 because a lot of the same folks were involved in covering that up, censoring the public through media sources to obstruct information like the Hunter Biden laptop, stolen 2020 election, things of that nature. Yeah, they're guilty of a lot of things, folks. There's going to be numerous amounts of crimes they could throw at every one of those folks you see right here on screen. Every single one of them. Yep, this is, says, never has a president left office to collude with others to impede the next sitting president of the United States of America until Obama. That's why he never left Washington. I think there's more than just those 4 or 5. I believe it is a dirty dozen, if not dozens, that really, really need to be held accountable for what they did. They lied to the American people. They made millions of people hate Trump for the way they portrayed him while they were the enemy behind the scenes. Yeah, Obama was doing his best to get his next term. He didn't want to give up his leadership. He wanted Hillary to be his puppet. Didn't work out that way. And just today we found out that one of the reasons that Adam Schiff lying before to the Intel committees and lying before Intel committee and whistleblowers coming out about it against him is the fact that Adam Schiff wanted to be, under Hillary Clinton's win in 2016, her CIA director, and that was his incentive to go after Trump, or one of his incentives to go after Trump. And I think that is just Adam Schiff for you. Shitty as could be. Now today, this was reposted, and I don't know exactly when this happened. I assume this was recent because I haven't seen anything else about it. But it says 26 associates of the cartels were just extradited from Mexico to the United States. When President Trump said he was coming down on the cartels, he meant it. So we got 26 cartel members coming here to go to prison. That's all right with me. I would send them to Guantanamo Bay. Go ahead and fill that place up with those types. But if Trump will go out of his way to get cartel leaders and members extradited from another country for the crimes they've committed in this country in the past, but still prosecutable, or maybe they have warrants or whatever the case may be, if he's willing to go to them extremes to not try to make people pay that have wronged America, you think he's not going to come after Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi? And he's not going to even have to be the one to do it. He'll just keep memeing it, throwing his memes out there and throwing his little tweets out there, his truth bombs. Wow. His team, Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, the entire Janine Pirro, the entire team of people that will be handling, the entire team of people, including judges and jurors, that will be handling the future of our country's direction when we decide all these people need to go to jail. All these Adam Schiffs need to go to jail. All these the Clintons need to go to jail. The Pelosi's need to go to jail. The Clappers, the Brennan, Obama needs to go to jail. Now, I don't believe every one of them will go to jail, but I believe that heads are going to roll, and it's not going to happen in dribs and drabs. I think they're going to hit them a bunch at one time because it's a lot of people in the same crime. It'll be a sealed indictment until they break out all the people's names that are involved in the indictment. That's the way that's going to go. Just guessing, folks, but it's coming, folks. The clock is ticking, and we're going to get some accountability. Everything about what I've seen in the news, from the media, the way everybody's acting, everybody's talking, the way Trump's handling business in Washington, D.C., and even in Mexico, and these other world leaders, you think he's not going to handle these politicians the same way by saying, my DOJ, take care of it. It's happening, folks. We're on the cusp of a new way of doing business in Washington. We're not only going to clean up the streets of Washington, hopefully Trump is going to clean up Washington, D.C. from the inside out, including Congress and everybody else that's involved in all these shenanigans and involved robbing the American people and taking advantage of children. You know what I'm talking about. All right, folks, last clip of the day. It's just a meme, just to give you a meme of the day. It says, Trump broke the Democrat Party, and I believe you're absolutely right with this meme, master of memes or whatever it was, Dogecoin memes. But the point of the matter is, not only is this a funny meme, it's kind of true. Trump has done more to damage the Democrat Party because they destroyed themselves over the last 4 years. And then when they lost control of the wheel, it was over for them. And now it's pretty easy for them to trip over their own feet because of the way they've been treating America for all this time. It's easy to see their corruption. It's easy to know they're lying. Not even mainstream media can save them now. And like this meme says, Trump has about destroyed the Democrat Party between the Doge team, knocking out YouSaid, Act Blue being under investigation, all the top Democrats being under investigation, former deep staters under investigation. So much is going on, folks, and most of these people involved in this got a D in front of their name, and they're getting handled up on, folks. Just a matter of time. That's what I got for you today, folks. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and share. Over and out.